Hello, it's Claire here from the Creative Sparks Club. Today we're going to make some super cute and easy little felt padded star bunting. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some coloured felt. Obviously, depending on how many stars you are going to make, depends on how much you'll need. These are 9-inch squares or 27cm squares. And the bunting I'm doing for the video is just going to be a string of 9. However, I did do a full-size one with 54 stars on it, and that took me 18 sheets of this size felt, 27cm by 27cm. So you'd need 18 of those to make one that's 54 stars long. Okay, I'll move those there. So we've got our coloured felt. We'll need some scissors. We'll need the template from the website and the instructions. We'll need some stuffing, some baker's twine, some embroidery thread. I'm only sewing one star on the video today. I've already sewn the other ones up just to sort of make this a nice short video for you. So I've just got pink embroidery thread there, but obviously you will need the colour embroidery thread that you want to either match or contrast with your stars. You'll need some needles. I use large-eyed chenille needles because they're a lot easier to thread. You'll need maybe a pin or two if you want to hold your stars together. And you'll need another needle for your baker's twine, or you can use embroidery thread to string it all together. It's entirely up to you. And a pencil. Okay, so that's what we need. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw around our star template onto our felt with a pencil. And obviously you need 2 star shapes to make one padded star. So just draw all around there. Don't worry about any pencil lines because we will sew the felt together with the pencil lines on the inside. Okay, and here's one I prepared earlier as well. So we'll cut this out. Okay, so we have our 2 stars, and now we'll just pin those together, and let's make sure the pencil lines are on the inside of the star. Okay, so we'll just pin that together there. And we need our needle with the embroidery thread that matches the colour of your star. Okay, so you want to put a couple of knots in the end of your embroidery thread, and we don't want the knots to show on our stars, we want them hidden inside. So what we'll do is, I'm going to start down here because we need to leave a little opening to be able to put the stuff in. So what I tend to do is I sort of start roughly around about here. So there's no knot visible on the back. What we do is we go between the 2 pieces of felt. Let's see about there. Is she still leaving me enough room? Yes, it is. Okay. So you just go through the top layer of felt and then just poke the knot inside, and there we go, knot free. Okay, so then we'll just sew around the edges using running stitch. Making sure to catch both the pieces of felt underneath. We'll just carry on going all the way round until we get to here. We'll stop sewing there, and as you can see we've left a gap here, so we'll take the pin out. You don't need to tie your thread off or anything, just leave it as it is for now and get a little bit of your stuffing and the pencil. Okay, so put the stuffing in, and just, you don't want to put too much in them because they won't look like stars. They'll just sort of like fill out and turn into like a bit of a non-shape, shall we say. So you don't need little bits of stuffing, just to give it a little bit of a, there we go. Let's just poke that down there. Okay. And then you can just hold the edges together while you just sew them up. So we're just carrying on doing exactly the same as before with the running stitch, and just keep your eye on your stuffing as you're going along, and if any of it starts to sort of poke out, just push it back down again, and you know, because you don't want bits of fluff sort of poking out the bottom of it. Okay, that's the last one there. So that's your star shape sewn up, but we don't want a knot on the back of the star. So to finish it, what we do is you take your needle and you're going in between the two pieces of felt rather than through them both. You're going to pop up in the middle of them. You can actually see the knot from where we started there as well. So I'll just pull that through like that, and then just tie a couple of little knots. You want to get them as close to the edge of the star as possible. So one more. Perfect. And then what we're going to do, again, so if we cut that, we're still going to have a dangly knot bit. So now what we do is we just go back in between the two pieces of felt. Okay. And then just pop your needle up through anywhere in the back of the star, doesn't matter where. Okay, give that a little pull. And that's now tucked the knots inside. Then, because obviously we don't want the thread hanging out the back, if you pull the thread slightly tight, like you can see where that point's moving on the star, pull it a little bit tight, snip it off, and then as you straighten it back out, it's pulled that dangly thread back inside the star. Okay, so now the next bit, putting it all together. So I'm using baker's twine to thread our bunting onto, or you can use embroidery thread as well if you like. You could use yarn. It's completely up to you. There's lots of different options. I use a large-eyed chenille needle, which the baker's twine will thread through, which is fabulous. So you just need a needle with a decent size eye on it. Okay, and all we're going to do, you want to leave approximately 3 feet, so 36 inches at either end of your bunting to give you plenty of room to tie it up. So sort of allow for that when you're cutting your bunting out. So you want an extra 3 foot on either end of it, or 36 inches of it. So all we're going to do, literally, we're going in between the 2 stars, in between the 2 bits of felt, just a little bit down from the top, certainly under the top stitch, so it's held together. And all we're going to do is just gently slide that along the baker's twine. I'll just unfurl this piece that I've got wound. Okay, and we'll just slide it along. And obviously we can adjust them all afterwards, get them all into position. Okay, and just repeat again with the next star. It's really, really simple and quick to put together. The bit that takes you longest is sewing up the stars. So the one, like the large one I have made, it's got 54 stars on it, and it's too big to show you on the video. So you can't really get an idea of what it looks like. So like I said, I'll just do a short one for this and then you can see. And that's the beauty of it. You can add as many stars as you want. If you wanted to do hundreds, go for it. If you only need a few, then that's absolutely fine as well. Just nudge all those along slightly. If you wanted to, you could tie a small knot in the baker's twine at either end of the star if you didn't want them to move, but I just find it's handy if I just need to sort of rearrange them slightly. If they've got a bit squashed or anything, then you can just slide them along and do what you need to do to get them into the right position. Right, there we go. Is that going through there? Yep. As you can see, I've not got much room left at this end now, but I'll adjust all that in a minute when I swizz everything down. So the last one, just go through there, and there we go. That's the last star on. Okay. So we'll do now, we'll just move these down the twine. I've got a bit more at this end, ready to hang it up. And really, quite cute for like kids' parties or putting on your craft stall if you do a craft fair, sort of have them around the edge of your stall. Even just in your favourite room, or quite a few things you can do with them. Almost there. You can have them as close to each other or as far apart as you want to, really. So leave that there. So there we have. I'll just pick it up and close the edge of the stars, otherwise you won't actually really be able to see it. I'll just move everything a bit closer, just you can see it all on camera. There we go. Okay. And there we have our little string of star bunting. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. I'd absolutely love to see your star bunting, so feel free to sort of tag me in Instagram. I'd love to have a look at them. You can find, as always, you can find the details of the tutorial, the instructions, the video and the templates over on the website, along with, we've got quite a few other tutorials on there as well now. That's at www.clairesalisburystudios.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook as both at Claire Salisbury Studios and at Creative Sparks Club. Thank you. See you later. Bye bye.